Hello, what up? It's John, your movie madman, and I'm back. So today I am talking about a trilogy that you guys have probably all seen. I'm more going to be talking about the 4K side of it and whether or not that side of it is worth upgrading to, because I know a lot of you have probably got this on Blu-ray already if you're fans of the trilogy. Today we're going to be talking about the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight Trilogy, as opposed to all the other directors that have done Batman trilogies. So the Dark Knight Trilogy consists of Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. So from a 4K perspective, looking at that picture, I would go as far as to say Batman Begins was really disappointing for me. I love the film, I tell you that, I really do enjoy Batman Begins, but there's so many parts in Batman Begins where it felt like the lighting was a bit wrong. People's faces are just too lit up on the inside, and it just made their faces look strange. I don't know, it was difficult to explain. There are parts of it that do look good, don't get me wrong. There are parts of it where the 4K does look good and the HDR does pop those colours out for you, but when you're inside, people's faces just looked a bit strange for me. This is the only one that doesn't have IMAX shots in it, so not that there's anything wrong with that, but you do love a good Christopher Nolan Blu-ray that's got the IMAX shots in it as well, because it just gives you that little bit more of an experience, especially at home. I love the fact that he does that. So yeah, I mean, I'd say if you got the Blu-ray Batman Begins, just stick with that. Unless of course you're buying the box set, because the other two look good, but we'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, all in all, the first one disappointed me, so I do apologise, but it did, so I'm sure you'll get over it. Next one, The Dark Knight. I think fans of the trilogy, everyone would probably say The Dark Knight is their favourite out of the three, and to be fair, I do agree. I do join in that club of people that like The Dark Knight. It's got a really good picture of the Joker on the front there as well, which looks really nice. All of these have got the Blu-ray and the 4K inside it, just so you're aware. There's 3 discs in each one of these boxes. So you got the Blu-ray with the bonus features on Blu-ray, then you've got the 4K film as well, so it is a good buy. It is a good buy. This has obviously got the IMAX shots in it as well, which look really good in 4K. Well, the whole film looks really good in 4K. The HDR really brings out everything that you need to be brought out. I thought the 4K edition of this looked better than when I saw it in the cinema in the IMAX screen, and I was expecting in the IMAX screen it was going to look absolutely amazing, but I don't know, for some reason I was just really disappointed when I saw it in the IMAX, even though the IMAX bits were in there. But I don't know, I felt the picture was darker, whereas 4K Blu-ray brightens it up, looks really good, absolutely phenomenal film. Shame about what happened to Heath Ledger shortly after this movie, but fantastic last final performance from him, if you don't include Dr. Parnassus. Final completed performance from him, should we say. Definitely worth upgrading to 4K if you are looking to upgrade it into 4K. Which leads me on to lastly, but not leastly, The Dark Knight Rises. Now, a lot of people had problems with the audio of Bane's voice in The Dark Knight Rises, and I don't really have an issue with the audio in Bane's voice in The Dark Knight Rises. I just would have said that his voice was a bit too loud, which was the only negative part of Bane's character in this film. I think Tom Hardy does a really good job playing Bane, so good one. And he tried really hard with that voice as well, but for some reason they turned it up. I don't really understand why they turned up his voice, and it just sounds a little bit silly. There's a lot more IMAX shots and IMAX sequences in this one, so if you like those IMAX shots and IMAX sequences, there is a lot in The Dark Knight Rises. So thumbs up to that as well, because there's a lot of really cool bits and bobs all the way through this film, where you're just like, oh, IMAX again, oh, IMAX again, oh, IMAX again. There's a lot of that, which I really like. I think Anne Hathaway plays a very interesting interpretation of Catwoman. Obviously she does a better job than Halle Berry, but that's not hard. I don't think I even saw the Catwoman movie. I just heard it was really poo, so I didn't bother watching it. But I know that Halle Berry won an award for giving a really bad performance. How you can get an award for a really bad performance, I don't know, but she managed it. So yeah, it's quite long, The Dark Knight Rises, although to be fair, The Dark Knight was pretty long, and Batman Begins is pretty long. It's a very long trilogy. If you want to do a marathon, you're going to need at least half a day to get through all three of these. It's a bit like trying to do a marathon of Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Try doing all three of them in one day. I did that with my nephew. We did all three of them together, and it took a while. I've done all three of these together as well, and it does take a while. Close to 9 hours, actually. None of them are actually 3 hours long, but I mean, this is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. The Dark Knight is 2.5 hours, and I think Batman Begins is like 2 hours and 20 minutes, so they're all pretty long. There's nothing wrong with that though. So calm down, alright? Be calm. So all in all, I think, even though they're only plastic cases, I think they're really nice packaging, and it's a really nice sturdy box as well. So all in all, it's quite nice. They're quite expensive. I mean, even when I got this, I think it was about £60, which, so it's £20 each, which is pretty standard for 4K discs. I'm pretty sure you can probably get it cheaper now, or there is a 4K Christopher Nolan box that you can get, and all three of these are in that as well. So my personal opinion would be, if you enjoy The Dark Knight, if you've got them on Blu-ray and you've got that 4K TV and you're thinking about upgrading, I'd say definitely go for it, because they're very good in 4K, with the possible exception of the first one. But I mean, even some other people wouldn't agree with that. Some other people would say that they thought Batman Begins looked good in 4K, and some of it does. I just had issues with some of the inside shots. So, a very exciting video for you today. Working on a lot of music stuff at the moment, so I'm kind of filming loads of videos in one day, and then I'll get them all out over the next couple of weeks. But there's some music stuff coming as well. I think I'm just going to put it all on the same channel. That's my plan anyway, just put it all on the same channel. And if you guys start saying, why'd you keep putting music stuff on a movie channel, then I'll start putting the music stuff on a different channel. Alright, I'm going to poo off now. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope that was a good video for you. Alright, ta-ra.